Hello!
Happy Sibling Shanty Sunday!
I'm Sky.
I'm Sagan.
And we're siblings.
And we sing sea shanties and sea shanty adjacent music.
And it's week 10.
It is week 10.
Yeah! And we're back.
Yep.
From our sea shanty adventure weekend. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
The Longest Johns are the real deal, both as performers and as people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a pleasure to be able to spend some time with them. Go see them if you get the chance.
I don't know if any of their remaining shows are sold out or not.
There are a handful of their shows here in the U.S. that are still not sold out, but only a couple. But then they're headed back to the U.K. to do more shows over there, so go and see them because they're awesome. And go and see all of the people that are out there performing, because we left and right, we're in several different shanty groups and things, and people are posting about upcoming gigs and things, and so it's just great to see that shantying is alive and well in lots of places that are not here, unfortunately. But we're giving it our best shot. And speaking of which,
so we have 3 shanties for you today, and this is what I like to call sort of the sailor's journey. So our first shanty is about how much one would want to go to sea. The second shanty is about how much being at sea sucks. And then the third shanty is about how you never want to go back to sea.
Basic storytelling.
Basic storytelling.
Yep.
So the first one we have is called Sam's Gone Away. Now, this is a shanty of unknown origin and usage. Believe it or not, still very popular among shanty groups. Mostly probably because it moves along at a good clip, and it has a woo in it.
That's true.
And if a song has a
good
woo, it is. It's hard to resist it. There's a couple of little bits of terminology here. So a sawbones is it's a slang term for like the.
No, that's jawbone.
Oh, okay. This would be a saw. Oh my gosh. Slang term for the ship's medical officer or surgeon because they
like bones.
Saw your bones.
But like Bones McCoy from Star Trek.
Correct.
Yes.
Excuse me. And then crackerhash. So crackerhash is actually is biscuit that's broken into pieces and baked with small portions of salt beef. Or pork, so it's a dish, but crackerhash is also a slang term for the ship's cook, and so the two are sort of used interchangeably. So this one has calls and responses, and then also a chorus that incorporates those calls and responses.
Lyrics are down below, as always.
Lyrics are down below. So the first response to the shantyman has one line, and you'll know the line is ever because it ends with a woo.
It's helpful.
It is helpful. And then the first response is Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. And then the shantyman has a second line, which also ends with a woo. And then the second response is Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. So it's basically the same thing. But then the chorus that incorporates those goes like this. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. And that's about all there is to it. Yeah, this one is it's nice, easy, it's fun, moves along at a good clip. And then there's
woo!
Which is very important.
Always woo responsibly.
Yes, always woo responsibly.
And use good vocal techniques so that you don't wear yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
It's important.
Yep.
Ready?
I think so. Are you ready?
I guess we're going to find out.
Oh, I wish I was a cabin boy aboard a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a cabin boy aboard a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a bosun aboard a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a bosun aboard a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a sawbones aboard a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a sawbones aboard a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a crackerhash on board a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a crackerhash on board a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a captain on board a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a captain on board a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a shantyman on board a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Oh, I wish I was a shantyman on board a man of war. Woo! Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Sam's gone away on board a man of war. Hey, woo!
There you go. You can get to be all the things on a ship in that song, which is fun.
Yeah.
So that's the I can't wait to go to sea.
Yes.
Be a sailor because it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so cool being a sailor, being at sea.
Or a cook.
Or a cook, or a sawbones, captain, a shantyman.
Yeah, medical officer, or any of those things.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. And then you actually get there.
And everything's not exactly how it's cracked up to be. So this next one is a popular Irish capstan shanty. Also works as a four-bitter.
That's appropriate because we're almost to St. Patrick's Day.
We are almost to St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna have to do the Irish songs for next week. Yeah. It's called Paddy Lay Back. And there's a couple of terminology terms, sailing terms here. So Valparaiso, which features in the chorus of the song, talking about Valparaiso around the horn. I trust you've been watching this video long enough to know what the horn is. If you haven't, it's just going to be a mystery to you.
Yeah, go back
but Valparaiso is a major seaport in Chile. Chile. A bark, Barque, although it's pronounced bark, not barque. Yep, like that kind of bark. Basically it's a sailing ship, typically with three masts, in which the foremast and mainmast are square rigged, and the mizzenmast is rigged fore and aft. And I'm not going to get into a deeper explanation of that because I think we'd all like to be somewhere else today at some point. There's something called a belaying pin. So a belaying pin is a solid metal or a wooden device. Essentially, it looks like just sort of like a long stick that's got usually has like a little bit of a handle at one end. If you've ever seen like a pirate movie or a movie with like a sailing ship on it, master and commander, something like that. You've probably seen these that they get stuck there are along the deck railings, there are these little holes that pins get stuck in, and then sailors will wrap the rope around for the rigging in a figure eight. Generally has to be, those are called pin rails, by the way. Generally has to be at least 4 times each one to make sure that it's nice and secure. But it's very useful because you can essentially move the pin wherever you need it and make sure that the angle on whatever's being tied is wherever you need it to be. So super useful. Not so much used anymore in like modern sailing ships. Unless they are specifically built to be like in the olden style.
Yes. But you do hear the term belaying when you're talking about like climbing.
Yes. And climbing.
Which has a similar effect that way of, again, something to secure to so that it's safe to move things and all that kind of stuff.
Correct. Yep. So there's also something else. It's not necessarily a terminology, but it is a practice that when you sign on to the ship, you are generally given a month's advance. You are given your pay for the first 30 days. Now, smart sailors will use this money to buy gear that they will need at sea. Back in ye olden times, I'd say it like that because the F's look like S's in some scripts.
I thought it was just everything has the on the end of it.
Nope, I've been saying.
Oh. Good to know.
Revelations. Anyway, back in ye olden times, when you signed on to a ship, you came on with whatever you brought on. It was not the captain's responsibility to clothe you. In some cases, even feed you. You had to bring all of your gear on with you, and that includes cold weather gear or hard weather gear. And if you did not bring any hard weather gear, you were essentially at the mercy of the elements or
your crewmates.
Yeah, or your crewmates, if you could
that might
lend you something or let you borrow it,
or barter
for it, or might not.
Yeah.
And that was the breaks. You just had to deal with that. But
not everyone made that choice.
Yes, not everyone had made that choice. Sometimes certain foolhardy sailors would take that month's advance and use it for things that were less useful.
Frivolities.
I'd say they would use it for frivolities. They would fritter it away on food and drink and pleasurable company, Indeed. As Captain Barbosa has once so eloquently put it.
Indeed.
But that terminology will come up in a situation in one of the verses.
Yes.
But so it's important that you understand it because that's the punchline of a joke. I think that's everything in here. Yes, that's everything in here.
Lyrics are also down below. This one does have a lot of words.
This one does have a lot of words.
Lots of
Again,
words.
In keeping with sort of that, we've noticed between doing this and doing that shanty a day thing, that the Irish are fond of lots of words in a very short period of time, which I enjoy.
Yes.
Even if my tongue and jaw do not always. But yeah, this one does have a lot of words. But luckily, I'm the one who has to sing them, and she just sort of sits here and just like. So this one it has a chorus that everybody sings along with. The chorus doesn't change. It does have sort of responses at the end of each line of the verses. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do the first verse for you here to sort of give you an idea of how that works. It was a cold and dreary morning in December, and all of my money it was spent. Where it went to I really can't remember. So down to the shipping office I went. So that's the idea. So it's for last line, or I should say last word twice. Last word twice.
Yeah.
And it follows the same melody, so you can sort of figure out where it's going.
You'll get it.
Yeah, you'll get it. There is one thing where it turns, but just wait for it. Anyway, the chorus also sort of follows that pattern a little bit.
That way a little bit, yeah.
But we'll sing the chorus for you now. Can you blow that G again? Paddy lay back,
Paddy lay back,
take in your slack,
take in your slack.
Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, about ship's station, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn.
And you can sing the whole chorus.
Yeah,
I just
you can
was
just sing
demonstrating where the responses are.
Right.
So, but sing all the things.
Mhm.
We can't stop you.
No, we can't stop you. We have no
And
way
we
of
don't want
stopping
to.
you. No, we don't.
We want you to sing all the things.
We do want you to
Do
sing
it.
all the things. That's about all there is for this one. So
Ready?
let me get another sip of water.
Hydration.
Here.
Hydration is important. Do it.
It certainly
Are you hydrating?
wouldn't do us any harm.
Stop what you're doing and hydrate. We'll wait for you. Okay.
All right, we're
You
done.
did it.
Yep. You could just pause the video, but
No. That was funny. Or not.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Oh boy! Woo!
Woo!
It was a cold and dreary morning in December,
And
all of my money it was spent.
Spent.
Where it went to, I really can't remember. So down to the shipping office I went. Paddy lay back, take in your slack,
Take in your slack.
Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, around ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Well, it seems there was a great demand for sailors. For the colonies and for Frisco and from France. Well, I shipped aboard the limey bark, the Hotspur. And got paralytic drunk on my advance. Paddy lay back, take in your slack. Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, abound ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Now it was on the quarter deck when first I saw 'em. Such a very lot I never did see before. There was a bum in every stiff. There was. There was a bum and a stiff from every quarter. And it made me poor old heart feel sick and sore. Paddy lay back, take in your slack. Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, abound ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Now there were Spaniards and Prussians and Dutchmen. And Johnny Crape, who's just come on from France. Not a man among them spoke the other's language. But they answered to the name a month's advance. Paddy lay back, take in your slack. Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, abound ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Now some of our fellows had been drinking. And I myself was heavily on the booze. So I sat upon my old sea chest a-thinking that I'd go into me bunk and have a
snooze.
Paddy lay back. Take in your slack. Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, around ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. We'll get it. Well, I woke up in the morning stiff in sorrow. I knew that I was outward bound again. And a voice came a-bawling at the door. Lay a laughing and answer to your names. Paddy lay back. Take in your slack. Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, abound ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. So I asked the maid a which a watch was mine-o. He said you'll soon find out a which is which.
Which?
Then he beat me down, kicked me hard astern-o. And he called me a dirty, lousy son of a gun.
Nice switch.
Paddy lay back.
Take
in your slack.
Take
a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl. Oh, around ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Well, they called us up on deck to reef the topsail. Billy and pins were flying around the deck. Well, the cook was stealing brandy from the captain. Lord, I know I'll never make it on this wreck.
Wreck.
Paddy lay back.
Paddy lay back.
Take in your slack.
Take in your sack.
Take a turn around around the capstan, heave a pawl.
Heave a pawl.
All around ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. So there I was once again at sea, boys.
At sea, boys.
The same old ruddy business over again.
Game.
Oh, stamp the capstan round and make some noise, boys.
Some noise, boys.
And sing along to this old sweet refrain. Paddy, lay back.
Paddy, lay back.
Take in your slack.
Take in your slack.
Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl.
Heave a pawl.
All around ship stations, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn. Paddy, lay back. Paddy, lay back. Take in your slack. Take in your slack. Take a turn around the capstan, heave a pawl.
Heave a pawl.
All around ship station, boys, be handy.
We're handy.
We're bound for Valparaiso around the Horn.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yikes. Those of you that are listening to us like a podcast are going to miss the amazing
visuals.
Physical,
comedic
it's
pretty good.
humor that we're
It's pretty good. It's not to toot our own horns here, but God, we're hilarious.
Or something.
Anyway.
I'm not sure that's why I'm going to watch this. Or listen to it.
Nope.
But we're sorry people that are listening to it that can't figure out why we're laughing at ourselves. Because we can't figure out how to coordinate our physical comedy. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's like we practice.
We did not practice that. Nope. You can tell. Anyway, so our last, so we've had boy, I'm so excited to go to sea. I'm at sea and this sucks.
Man, this is rough.
And now, this is I'm back on the shore. I don't want to go back again.
Please don't make me go
but
back
I think
again.
I'm going to have to.
No.
And this is called...
Bird o'clock.
Bird o'clock. This is called Go to Sea No More. This is a 4-bitter. Dates back possibly to the 1700s, somewhere in the 1700s, 1900s age. Let me see if there is. So interestingly, so there were. Speaking of sort of on the same subject of as the month's advance, there were some disreputable but effective workers, gentlemen, who could, on short notice, essentially get someone a place of work on a ship on short notice, and with basically just like speeding them through the whole process. But the price of it was that month's advance. So you would essentially be signing on. You would get on the ship and be out of port real fast. But you would that month's advance. You would
owe
lose
that agent your month's advance.
Yeah. Agents. A pretty good term. So this song deals with that and some of the consequences of that. Interestingly, mentions the things being so cold that Jamaica rum would freeze. The freezing point of rum is negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 32 degrees Celsius. So that gives you an idea about how cold this actually is.
Science rules.
Science rules. It does. Thanks, Bill. I think that's all the terminology. So this one has a chorus. The words of the chorus change based on the last line of the verse. So, for example, the first line ends with, "But a man must be blind to make up his mind to go to sea once more." So the chorus goes, "Once more, go to sea once more. But a man must be blind to make up his mind to go to sea once more."
So it changes depending on what the last line of the verse is.
Correct.
But the tune stays the same.
Yep, tune stays the same the whole time.
And again, lyrics are down below in case you need a little
visual
below. Assistance there.
Yep, and that's about all there is to this song.
Yeah, you get it. This is a pretty one.
It is a pretty one. When first I landed in Liverpool, I went upon a spree. With money at last, I spent it fast and get drunk as drunk could be. But when my money was all gone, it was then that I wanted more. But a man must be blind to make up his mind to go to sea once more. Once more, go go to sea once more. But a man must be blind to make up his mind to go to sea once more. You got some nice bass range going on this morning. And as I walked down London Road, I met with old Rapper Brown. I asked him if he'd take me in, and he looked at me with a frown. He said, last time you was paid off, to me it chalked no score. But I'll give you a chance, and I'll take your advance, and I'll send you to sea once more. Once more, once more. Send you to sea once more. But I'll give you a chance, and I'll take your advance, and I'll send you to sea once more. I shipped on board of a whaling bark. We were bound for the Greenland seas, where cold winds blow through frost and snow. Why, Jamaica rum would freeze. And worse to bear, I'd no hard weather gear, for I'd spent all me money on shore. It was then that I wished that I was dead and could go to sea no more. No more, no more, go to sea no more. It was then that I wished that I was dead and could go to sea no more. Sometimes we're catching whales, me lads, but sometimes we're catching none. With a 20-foot oar stuck in your paw from 4 o'clock in the morn. And as the shades of night roll on and you rest on your weary oar, it was then that I wished that I was dead and could go to sea no more. No more, no more, go to sea no more. It was then that I wished that I was dead and could go to sea no more. So come all you hard with a sailing lads, and listen to my song. When you get back from those long trips, I'd have you not go wrong. Take my advice, drink no strong drinks, don't you knock on that tavern door, but get married instead and spend all night in bed and go to sea no more. No more, no more, go to sea no more, but get married instead and spend all night in bed and go to sea no more. No more, no more, go to sea no more, but get married instead and spend all night in bed and go to sea no more. Yeah!
Isn't that pretty?
It is.
I like that one.
No, I love that one.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's
you go.
your journey of a sailor.
Uh-huh.
At least one of them. There's lots of stories out there, but that's kind of a fun little journey there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Let's see. Links below for Shanty merch and all that kind of fun stuff is there, and checking out other cool Shanty related things. Go support live music in your area. And as citizens of the world, I'm sure you are feeling the same kinds of just overwhelmed at all of the things going on in the world. And we certainly don't have any answers for anything other than it helps us to be able to do some singing together. But if you're looking for some ways to help and make the little differences that we can, because it's not always something that we feel like we can do something. We have put some links below for some different humanitarian organizations and groups that are doing really good work in the world to try to make things better for people that need help. So we put those links below. So if you'd like to contribute or help spread the word, I know that we would appreciate it and they would appreciate it. And we'll just try to keep making it work together. Yeah, I don't know.
That's all I got.
Okay. Be safe. We love you. And we'll see you again next Sunday.
Bye.